So you've got your team put together. They've evaluated renewable resources, both passive and active. They've right-sized the home through design. They've followed passive house principles for energy efficiency in the walls. They've electrified all the systems for maximum energy efficiency and health through ventilation. Now this, tip number 7, be picky but smart. This is typically where people start, especially in existing homes. And I can see why, because it's really easy to do just to start eliminating things that are using energy. But you can spend days spinning your wheels here, and it's only a small piece of the energy pie. You'll never really save a lot of energy. But this is a great place after you've done all those other things. You've eliminated most of your carbon demand, and this is where to target after. And if you're doing an existing home project, this can be started on right away while the other stuff are being implemented. But you can only save so much energy here. So continuing on with that electrify everything concept, the one place that it's actually hard to do this is cooking. People who love to cook love their gas stoves. So what we're seeing is induction take off like crazy. We're seeing chefs and people all around saying, look, this actually cooks better than gas, and it certainly cooks better than electric. It's 70% more efficient than gas, 40% more efficient than electric. And so one way to convince clients, if they're on the fence, is buy a single top plate and have them test it out for 2 weeks, and then have them tell you that they don't love it, right? And then just take it and move it on to the next person, or just go online and order these cheap single top plates and try cooking with it for a while, and tell us that you don't like it. But this is one way to cut energy. It also allows you, for certain areas with codes that require lots of volumes of makeup air, by using these systems, you don't have to have so much air getting sucked out of the top of the building. This is my condensing ventless dryer, or my former one I moved, but I'm going to get a new one. And so by going all electric and going condensing, you basically put you steam heat the clothes, and you put it out there. You can see right into the drain, rather than having it go out a vent. So the vent, again, is something that gets dirty, can be a fire hazard, a pest entry, an air loss area. So doing an all-electric ventless or heat pump dryer is one of the most energy efficient things you can do, along with a water sense washer. Besides building in motion sensors, which is a great idea, into the switches, if you've got medium or low use rooms now, and I've got these installed, they've got motion sensor built LEDs that can shut off, when your clients leave the room and they forget to turn it off, right? So why waste energy? You just made a mistake, you left the room, you forgot, has it turn it off after a minute, and they're built right into the LEDs, and they work out really well. And then there is also Energy Star appliances. You can go to their website with your clients. Just make sure you pick the most energy efficient appliance. Very easy one to do, very low hanging fruit there. And just make sure with things like refrigerators to not pick the one listed here. You want to use up down, not side by side refrigerators, because they're the most energy efficient, and get rid of the ice maker on there. And then also water, right? So believe it or not, but our shower heads, our kitchen faucets, and our aerators are going to draw energy from the water heater. So we want to get those reduced, and also use pipe wrap and shorten the time it takes the pipe length from the water heater to the device. So 1.25 gallon per minute shower heads, 0.5 on the aerators in the bathroom, 1.5 in the kitchen. Those are your kind of lowest hanging fruit. Make sure they're water sense certified. And then also, every time you use water, whether you're on a well pump or you're using water from the city source, that has a carbon impact as well. Now, you're not calculating that in your project, but throwing in a super water efficient toilet is going to reduce costs. And eventually we're getting more studies as to how much carbon impact that is, both either on your well pump, which is easier to quantify, or every time you flush a toilet, a gallon of water goes through. How much carbon does that pull to remediate that back at the plant, both on the intake and the outtake with city water? So it's worth looking into that. And then these are just real small things, but smart strips, easy to knock the power out, put them on TVs, gaming centers. Room power kill switches. I bought this house and there was one, and it's been amazing. I can just click a button and the entire room loses power, all except for like a couple switches that I know. And so I can just walk out and have everything get knocked out at night, and no thought there. The other thing about power kill switches is if you have them knock out all the power in the wall in a bedroom, this can be healthy for EMFs, which could potentially impact people's sleeping. Smart lighting controls, photo sensors, dimmers, having a client set up a filter HVAC maintenance schedule to keep the system running optimally. And then energy monitors to help people, you know, if you can't manage what you don't measure. So just knowing how much energy they're using and then coming up with a strategy to stay on track and reduce their energy. That can be done through the utilities or their own monitoring system.